Okay, so my window regulator broke and my window wouldn't stay up. You can see I had to tape it up just until I could get the part in. I'm going to show you real quick. I don't have a lot of room on my phone, so I can't make a long video, but I'm going to show you real quick what I did to take it apart because I couldn't find any YouTube videos on how to do it. So I'm just going to have to guess and check. First off, this is a 2005 extended cab F-150. This is the back door on the driver's side. There is a trim piece that goes right here. That does pop out. If you're good enough, start at the bottom, use a long screwdriver to pry it out, and then get your hands as far behind there as you can and pull it as straight out as you can, because there's little clips that go in these slots right here and a little plastic piece that clips into that. You don't want to break them off if you can help it. On the other side is the same thing. It's just a lot narrower, so it's easier to pull off. You get your hands behind it as good as you can and pull it straight out. There's one screw down at the bottom. That is a 7mm socket that I use. Oh, I'm sorry, 6mm socket that I used to get that out. There is a screw right there, was a 6mm socket. Screw right there was a 6mm socket. The door handle has a little tiny plate that you can take a small screwdriver and stick into. See, this is the plate that was right here behind the door handle. There's a little clip right there, so you can see there's an indentation. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little indentation there that you can see where you stick the screwdriver in and pry that little clip out. And then there's a 6mm bolt behind that. You take that out. The window switch was right here, like that right there. Take a screwdriver and pop underneath that, pop it up, and then pull it straight out, unclip it. There's a bolt right there that we're going to have to take out before we can lift the door panel off. I'm guessing that is an 8mm. I will go get the socket. If it's different than an 8mm, I'll tell you. Let me get the door off and I'll show you what's behind it. Okay, that was an 8mm bolt. I just took it off and I pulled the door panel straight up, just lift from the bottom straight up. It was very easy to take out. As you can see, there's kind of a moisture shield here that we're going to have to pull back in order to get to the window regulator. All right, here's a picture with the plastic pulled back. As you can see, it looks to me right offhand like there's going to be 3 bolts that we're going to have to take off down here. One right here. Inside this slot, there's another bolt that we're going to have to loosen up. And over here there's another one. Those are going to both be holding onto the window, so in order to lower the regulator out, we are going to have to take those loosen, just not take them off, just loosen them up so that it'll let go of the window. Okay, it looks like a 10mm socket will fit all of these bolts, so I loosened up the ones in there with an extension on my ratchet. Actually, I'm using a little driver. I got all 3 of those bolts, and it looks like there's one more down here that I didn't see when I was first showing you all the bolts that have to come out. There's also going to be a plug running to the motor. When we pull this out, we're just going to have to unplug it. Otherwise we won't be able to get it out. Here it is out of the truck. It looks to me like the part that broke on mine, the only thing I can see is that this is supposed to be pressed up in here, probably holding the window in place, and it won't stay up in there, so I don't know if it just popped out or what. On the front, the problem that I was having was that the rails were made out of some kind of plastic vinyl, like this white stuff, and they were breaking, and that was the problem I was having in the front, where I've replaced like 4 of those. This, I'm assuming that that's what's wrong with it. I don't know for sure. I got a new one. I'll put a link below where I got the new one. I think it was only like 50 bucks. It was about half price compared to buying it at AutoZone, TYC brand. So once I get it in, I'll show you how it works. Okay, so here it is all done, and it took me probably about half an hour. I put it all back together, and here, let me get the truck started so that we can roll it up and down and you can see it working. If you're anything like me, the only thing left to do is scrape all the tape off the window because I left it on there too long. put the door handle back on. I don't know why when I first put the door handle back on it didn't work. I had to take it off, put it back on. I don't even know what happened. Put it back on, it worked just fine. Window rolls up and down now without falling down, which is a repeated problem with this truck. Other than that, I guess it's an okay truck. You know, it's not one of Ford's best, I don't think, but it's doing all right. And like I said, it took me about half an hour. You can get these window regulators almost anywhere. I think they're about $100 if you get them at like AutoZone or O'Reilly's or something like that. I paid $50 or $60 for it on Amazon. Got here in a few days. I'll put the link down below where I got it. If you have time to wait, buy it from Amazon, get a better deal. If you don't have time to wait, run into town and get it. It should probably be in stock. I mean, there's so many of these trucks running around, it should be in stock. And like I said, I just wanted to stick this up on YouTube because when I was looking for a video, I couldn't find one.